Classic League Podcast time!
Theme song seems quiet. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 275 of the Classic Elite Podcast. My name is Scott, and the return of the shoulder shimmy, Dustin, is back. What's going on, man?
I haven't slept in 2 months.
This will be a great episode, then. I've had a beer. You haven't slept. This will be great.
That's when I do my best work, really.
You know, there are plenty of writers out there and creatives that say the same thing. That you get a little loopy, and that's when your good stuff comes out. So, yeah, man, congratulations. I have a little baby. Mm-hmm. How's everything been going with Mr. Belmont? He's
a little cranky every once in a while.
Okay.
But so far, no big health issues. He's been pooping pretty regularly.
Hey, that's a big plus.
When he eats, he's usually calm for like 3 hours.
Okay, not bad.
He sleeps like 5 to 6 hours at a time at night.
Wow.
Now, so he's up to the 6-ounce bottles.
Big boy.
Yeah.
He'll be taller than you in no time, which admittedly isn't that far to go, right?
Right, yeah.
I remember when we met in person, I was like, wow, all right, you're short as hell too. This is great.
Yeah. And then Tony's like 7'5".
Yeah, I know. Well, he took all the... Yeah, Zarek, I don't know why the volume on the theme song is so low.
It's probably Windows settings.
Windows settings, man. We've just been struggling with them all day today. But, you know, what are you going to do? I can see if there's some Windows levels. I don't know. We'll have to get a different EQ next time. It's been a while. Cobwebs are still there.
Oh, my gosh.
But, yeah, man. We are a video game podcast, so we are excited. It's been a couple of months since we've been together. I think it was April, right? End of April?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
This week we'll be talking about some gaming news. There's not a lot. We are not going to... yeah, everyone's saying it's buffering a lot. I don't know what the deal is. You know, my guess is... I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's just going to have to buffer.
It works.
It's working for us, but it's not on... It's bad for the users, you know? You don't want a bad user experience.
We fight for the users like Tron.
That's right. I'm not sure what the deal is. I think we're just going to roll ahead because worst case, we can still get the good audio version out, right?
That's right.
So, but... yeah, as far as video games and stuff, E3 is eons ago, so we're not really going to talk about much E3 stuff.
Resident Evil 2 looks good.
Resident Evil 2 looks great. I thought Microsoft had a very fun press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are oodles of games that look great that are coming out for everything.
Last of Us 2 looked bad.
It didn't make me want to play a zombie game. Like, I was like, I've seen Angus, you know? We don't need...
You're right.
We don't need Angus the game, Naughty Dog.
And if you're going to give us Angus the game, then give us Angus the game.
Right? Exactly. Give us the real Angus the game.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't played Last of Us 1, so I'm pretty indifferent on all that.
Oh, such a good game.
I did buy it, though. It was on sale, the remaster.
Mm-hmm. Even
though I do have the PS3 version, I've heard the loading times alone make owning the remaster worth it.
Yep.
So, I think we'll be good to go there. Oh, and people are saying just reloading and it fixed it. So, Cozy Sunday,
back on again.
Thank you very much. Yes, the old IT fix, on and off again. Yeah, I'm looking at my CPU. It's only at 37%, but OBS is saying the bandwidth is choking. So, what are you going to do? But there's not a lot of news to cover, but we will get into some. Before we get into that, just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs. Our friend Ben Martin in New York, he's the one that's provided some really cool photography for us over the last couple of months, and he left a review for us on iTunes. It was titled Great Podcast, and he said there's a fun mix of retro and modern technology, news, gaming, and conversation. And he says there's a great chemistry between the hosts. And he gave us a 5 out of 5. So appreciate that. And also a shout out to Evan B. Bird, someone that I'm not familiar with, hasn't been in chat or anything. But they left a review on iTunes, and they said, love it as the title, and then said, good listen. I have a lot to catch up on. So, Evan, yes, we go back to 2010. If you go to our website, classicelite.com, you can check out our old archive, man. That like made my day big time.
Yeah.
They had a couple of 5 out of 5 ratings. I told you I'm going through some really bad personal stuff right now. So I told you that those reviews got me remotivated to come back and do some podcasting.
Yeah.
So that stuff does not go unnoticed. But I guess outside of kiddos and all that kind of stuff, any movie stuff you wanted to talk about? Any pop culture things that you wanted to get to before we jump into news?
Oh, dude. Holy cow. I saw Hereditary in the theater.
I'm excited to actually watch that. Like
that movie. Dude, that movie.
That's what, I've heard enough people that are... What sold me was they're like, if you're the type that like doesn't like horror, this is one that you can pass. It is terrifying. So it's like, all right, I'm going to man up and watch it.
It's so good.
Is it?
It's so good.
Who'd you go with? Did you go see it with Kim or one of your buddies?
Just by myself.
The best way.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that. You know me. So, that all I know about it is the little girl. It looks creepy as hell.
Yeah, and that's how she really looks.
I just finished watching It today. It just came to HBO.
Cool.
It's a great monster movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I can't wait for Chapter 2. The casting for Chapter 2 is unbelievable from a looks perspective. They all truly look like the adult versions of themselves. Even the Jerry O'Connell, like the chubby kid from Stand By Me, and then Jerry O'Connell grew up to be real handsome. The kid that the guy they cast, I don't know his name, but he's going to play the chubby kid and made that Jerry O'Connell transformation.
Cool.
So I'm hoping that there's a little bit of Bill versus the chubby kid rivalry over Bev. We'll see. Hey, Jim Kickass Gamer, good to see you, man. And I guess this was in the notes, but I'll get to it. I'll get to it now. I watched the Tomb Raider movie.
Oh, how was that?
It's good. Like,
all right.
The script is a little weak.
Okay.
Right? Hey, YouTube just gave me the green light, so I think the buffering issues may stop for the chat. So, fingers crossed. My neighbors must be torrenting stuff. I got new neighbors.
Okay.
And they must be like going nuts. So, Tomb Raider. Okay, I will say this: if I was 13, this is my favorite movie.
All right.
Alicia Vikander is fantastic as Lara Croft.
All right.
And when I say the script, I mean like the dialogue and stuff. It's a little, I don't know. Unfortunately it's a video gamey as far as the way things move along. There's some character motivations that will make you roll your eyes a little bit, but the coolest thing is these people played through the game. They got so many details correct about that game. Items, puzzles, things that happened to Laura or Lara, whatever. It was a very fun movie. It's a good action movie. It was definitely cool. Zarek says, I heard A Quiet Place is pretty good as well.
I haven't seen it. It's coming out on Blu-ray on the 10th, so I'll probably just pick it up straight away. I've heard enough good things about it, and I'll just buy it. Yeah,
I'm gonna rent it. I won't buy it, but I'm gonna give it a rent. Not that I'm in horror stuff right now, but there's highly rated horror things that come out. So I still like to see the creme de la creme.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I got a text from my brother yesterday. He's watching Jaws, of course, because that's the best 4th of July movie of all time.
Right.
There will never be a better. So I'll watch A Quiet Place. And I like, what's his name? The guy from The Office?
Jim Krasinski?
Okay. There you go. So his name's Jim and Jim? That's what had me second guess myself. I'm like, the character was Jim.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Tomb Raider, if you played the video game and you liked the video game, I'd be surprised if you didn't enjoy the movie. The only thing, she squeaks a lot when she yells. And again,
Okay.
if I was 13, I would have been like, oh my God, she's like my dream girl. And I'm 35 now, so I'm like, all right, quit squeaking. But all in all, man, Tomb Raider was fun. I would highly recommend renting it. It's definitely, if I ever see the Blu-ray, like the 4K Blu-ray in like the bargain bin for $10 or something, I will absolutely get it.
Okay.
I'd watch it again.
Cool.
Ready Player One's also out, but I have not watched that. I have no motivation to watch that movie.
Me either. I wasn't super hot on it, and then I think I watched the Chris Stuckman review. And I was
Okay.
just like, yeah, that's what I thought.
So, yeah. Okay, that's our movie stuff for now.
And your movie sucks review.
Oh, I didn't watch his. I love that channel, but I since I want to watch those movies, like Chris Stuckman movies, I just go to the ending credit or like his end ranking.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just skip the review and see it, and then after I watch it, I go rewatch his review to see what
That's
see if I
smart.
line with him. So yeah, all right, man. Let's get into some gaming news. We do have a question that we got from Zarek on Twitter. So I guess we should talk about this first. Have you played the second demo of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night?
I've not.
Either. But
I have my code, but I haven't input it.
did you play the first one?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you something because I watched some of Zarek's archive. The characters feel too floaty, or look like they feel too floaty in the environment.
Okay.
There's no like weight to them. It looks all glassy or whatnot, or like they're on like glass. Zarek really had a good time playing the second demo. I mean, he got a 9-hour stream out of it, which bravo, that's impressive.
All right.
Did it feel floaty at all, or did it feel like Symphony of the Night? And Zarek, you can chime in on this too.
I remember it feeling like Symphony of the Night.
Okay. So that's something that I could easily get past. But visually, there's something weird about it to me, visually, that
Okay.
I don't really care for. But fun is fun. I can easily get past it.
Yeah.
So sorry, Zarek, we unfortunately don't have any thoughts on it. But I mean, Zarek said it was fun, so I take his word for it. I'm still getting it right when it comes out. I didn't pre-order it, or I didn't kickstart it, or whatever. So I am going to talk about Curse of the Moon, though. When we talk about what we've been playing. Have you played that at all? That's
No.
the ape? Okay.
I downloaded it.
Okay.
It's
good.
on my Switch.
That's right. That's where I bought it.
Just haven't touched it yet.
That's all right. Well, this is tough for you, Castlevania child. Like,
If I sit still for too long, I tend to fall asleep. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We'll give you a pass on that. So are you gonna go watch the new Sonic movie now that Jim Carey is gonna be Eggman? Rumored.
sure. Yeah, I'll take all you see that.
I can't think of much of a better, like, goofy, famous person to have as Eggman.
Yeah.
I know we default to Jack Black a lot. He would be another good Eggman, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Jim Carrey could be excellent at it, I think.
Excellent.
Oh, see, he's not that tired, everybody. Don't let it. He's on point. I don't know. What do you guys in chat think as far as Jim Carrey as Eggman? Jeff Gersman on Giant Bomb made a funny comment. He's like, well, this does amp up the likelihood that Sonic will catch a human because it's going to be CGI and human, or and real life, whatever you say. And that was always the cringy thing from Sonic 06 on the Xbox that everybody laughs at. So maybe they're going to bring that to the cinema for us all. Cozy Sundu also says if you ever watch Split, you have to watch Mr. Unbreakable first. I have not seen Split. Oh, and I've also not seen... What was... Split's the Shyamalan one, right?
Yes.
Who did Key or Peele do? He did another one, like Get Out or something?
Get Out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard that's also great. So
I haven't seen it yet. I've seen Split. Split is awesome. Cozy Sundu said that the new It is better than the old It, and I agree 100%.
I do too. I can't wait for Chapter 2, man.
Yeah.
My only real complaint with this new It was Pennywise gets a little bit too much screen time. He looks awesome. He's creepy as hell. But, and maybe this was the purpose of it, but by the end of the movie, I was not scared of him anymore. And,
yeah, okay.
But maybe that's intentional, like, because it made, that's spoilers for the 1980s. It's important that the kids stop being as scared of Pennywise or whatever. So maybe that was an intentional choice. But that cat, I wish that they would have, the kid from Stranger Things.
Finn Wolfhard?
Yeah. They really should have given him a different haircut than the same one he had in that show.
It's like, whatever, this is the 80s, that's the 80s.
I know, but it really felt like they just put glasses on him. Like he went from one shoot to the other. And maybe he did.
The sets are right beside each other?
Yes.
Just walks over, puts a shirt on.
Okay, because like Poe Dameron, Oscar Isaac, right, plays Poe Dameron in Star Wars, and he does not look the same in Annihilation, even though those were next to each other being filmed at the same time. So it can be done.
Oh, I saw that, by the way, Annihilation.
Did you really like it?
It was awesome.
It's amazing.
It's so good, man.
It stuck with me for days thinking about Annihilation. Yeah. Like, oh. And where are all the feminists championing that movie? Come on. Right? Come on. Yeah, Annihilation, man. Oh, I can't wait for another Alex Garland thing. Another 3 years and we'll have something. But yeah, Annihilation scared the shit out of me. And there was one point where it scared me, and then there was another point where it scared me, like, philosophically. Oh boy. This is a thinker. That was the first one I think I told you that I went and saw in the theater by myself. So yeah, okay, video games. We are going to get to more video game stuff. But we got into a movie subject. Is Eric and I on the last episode, we were talking about how PUBG, they're suing Epic and Fortnite over a copyright. But they were doing it in Korea. I'm assuming you didn't listen to the last show. And
haven't heard yet.
It's no offense taken. So we, but I was just really curious how that would play out, and they've dropped the lawsuit. So I know nothing about Korean copyright law. Yeah. I know in the United States that's not going to work because you can't sue for game mechanics and things like that. Look at Apple and Microsoft lawsuits from the 80s and all that. But I really kind of wanted to see where this went in a different country's copyright court. Mm-hmm. And they've dropped it. I don't know why, but they did. So you have to assume that they didn't feel really confident in their case that they were making.
I feel like that was wasted money. But, well, going forward with it would just be more wasted money. They didn't think they could win, so.
Right. They realized that you can't copyright frying pans or whatever. Alex asks, is it a cartoon, CGI, or live-action Sonic movie? It's a hybrid, like the Smurfs or the Chipmunks. Which is too bad, It's.
I feel like they need to go one way or the other.
Couldn't have said it better. I totally agree.
And it should probably be CGI.
It should, yes. Or like just one of those like dopey cosplayers, like in a live action one. It's like the Sonic pillow head.
Yeah. Somebody went to like Party City and got a Sonic costume, and now they're running around.
Yep.
Gotta go fast.
Internet, get out there. On Reddit today, I saw a really awesome thing. It was called the Sonic Utopia. It's a Sonic fan game. So Google like Reddit, Sonic Utopia, and then in parentheses put fan game. And it's kind of an open world Sonic game, but you're flying around like crazy. Here, I'll put a link in the chat for everybody. This looks like how a 3D Sonic could actually be done. It looks almost like I don't know, almost like a Spider-Man type of game, like you would have saw in Sunset Overdrive or something like that.
Cool.
Where Sonic is just so fast, he's flying around through all these ramps and stuff, and it's really neat. It's a really cool. So yeah, shout out to Sonic Utopia. I don't know how you'd structure a full game around it, but that mechanic looks super fun. Did you download Fortnite on your Switch? I know you've been dying to play a battle royale. Yeah, I did. I played a game. It runs well. I'm terrible. Uninstall.
I watched a video about Fortnite once.
Oh, honestly, that's way more than I thought you'd ever get into it.
But it was that like College Humor video that was like PUBG versus Fortnite.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was a really well done video. So next up in news, the NES Classic is supposed to be back in stock. It's selling for $100 on Amazon, so it's not there. I haven't been to the gaming section of Meijer or Walmart, so I can't verify if there's any here in town. Have you seen any on the shelves? Have you gone shopping and noticed?
Not an NES. I saw a SNES Classic at Target.
Okay.
I saw it and I was like, hey, there's that thing. No one known about my business.
Then there's hope. Like I
flipped
said,
it off. So walk past it.
If I see one, I'll get one. But it can take zero extra effort other than noticing it.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Nintendo went aggressive enough and scalpers still were able to drive the price up artificially. Like,
well, you know, Johnny Millennium's got to have one to play, one to keep sealed on his shelf, and
sure,
Pete Dore's got to do the same.
Okay, those guys are not causing the. It's the dudes buying 20 of them to try to flip them,
and then selling them to Pete Dore.
Yes, there you go. Which I have a. Speaking of Pete Dore, I was watching. I was trying to watch, I should say, Summer Games Done Quick. He did a speed run of a 3DO game. Maybe it was 3DO or No, it was Jaguar. And I'm like, this is so uninteresting. Why are you speed running this? It was like a 4 frame rate racing game with a giant cat that had no dimensions other than it was a box with a cat head going by. And I'm like, what?
Pete Dore did a speed run?
Yes, I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting.
Man. Was it like the fastest to get the entire audience to fall asleep?
Dude, he was one of the better commentators. I'm telling you, man. I got something to say about Summer Games Done Quick here in a bit. But yeah, the SNES Classic and the NES Classic are supposed to be back in stock, but it sounds like rumor to me. Like, Amazon should have them. Well, didn't they say that they were gonna like have a bunch up until like February of 19?
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
And they just came back out again, so maybe the market will settle.
Yeah.
And it's just batches that got bought up initially. As Eric said, I did some research about the copyright law, and they had a very small chance. Okay. Probably because South Korea is full of a bunch of smart people and realized that was a dumb lawsuit. That would be my guess. But we've had a lot of dumb people write laws here in the U.S., so you never know. You never know what sticks, right?
Yeah. They're like, have you seen us play Warcraft? We're great at tactics. All right, just listen.
That should have been a tip off where they're like, no. Yeah, they'd be like, you lost. They flanked you. They put a Zerg rush on and captured all the teens. You paid $30. They went free. That's your own fault. You didn't build enough bases. They needed more Vespian gas.
And that's how copyright law works.
That's how copyright law works. It's all Vespian gas. Alex says, I'm never buying PUBG. Releasing a map, microtransactions, and updates, but never addressing bugs, poor optimization, and no region lock whatsoever. See, one of the few times I can understand region lock is in an online-only game like that. Because if you have giant millisecond pings where you're getting shot because somebody had a ping behind you and then the computer catches up, it's not fair. I can totally see where Alex is coming from there. I'm never buying PUBG because if I want that style of a game, I have an opportunity to play it with no cost in my way. And, there's a million Battle Royale type games, so. Now, did you get a... I'm going to skip notes here. Did you get a chance to see the video of a Canadian robbery?
Is it the... Oh, gosh. Is it the gas station?
Gas station with Metal Gear Solid effects?
I didn't see the one with the Metal Gear Solid effects, but it's the one with the ladies climbing up through the drop ceiling.
Yes.
Dude, yes, that video is great.
They put that video, but they remixed it with all Metal Gear Solid effects, sound effects. It's amazing. So every time, like, the cop would like come around, they do the ring logo of the sound, and at one point, you know how the girl tries to escape through the back and crawl through the ceiling. They start cutting in Metal Gear Solid and crawling through vent stuff, and then they show her fall down, and it's like,
oh my gosh.
It is the best. I saw it on Kotaku today. It is unbelievable. You guys definitely have to check out the Canadian robbery, which is a hilarious video in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
But it was called Better with Metal Gear. And I'm like, yes, it is. No, improved. Improved further by Metal Gear. That's what it was called. So, yeah, Dustin, you have something exciting to look forward to when we're done recording.
Yes.
Also, and so I'm reading the headlines because I know you've got the little one. So I'm just running through here. And I put these notes together last minute. This is a rumor that's been around for a long time, but it seems to be coming to fruition. Google is really pushing forward with their gaming platform to really take on Microsoft and Sony. Now, these are vague statements. Tell me if this doesn't sound like the most corporate jargon in the world. They have a three-pronged approach. One, a sort of gaming or a sort of streaming platform, some sort of hardware, and an attempt to bring developers under the Google umbrella. Like, I mean, in 5th grade, that's what you would say. Like, those are the three things you need. Of course, there's not much information how to do any of that, but do you think Google could brand themselves well enough to get in there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess Microsoft was able to.
Yeah, Sony did it.
And
when Sony did it. People were like, Sony? What the hell are you talking about? They make Discman. What are you talking about?
Microsoft was the same way. I mean, they're like, yeah, they do computers, but video games?
Right.
If Nintendo isn't going to mess around with, if they're like, we're going to do our own little versions of video games, come and play if you'd like. I like the idea of maybe Google getting out there and doing this.
Sure. If it's good, more good video games.
That's the thing, is if it's good, that's the key. It makes you
call it the Gooya.
Oh boy.
The Google Ouya.
Yeah, we knew what you meant. There's a big Ouya update coming out. Brian in chat is one of the guys working on the new interface. Yeah, we were one of the first people to be notified. He was like, hey, I got some news to drop for you about the Ouya, and he told somebody else as well. But we were one of the first people. Now, granted, we didn't get a lot of clicks. There's not a lot out there as far as the Ouya fever, but it's still pretty cool that somebody involved in that hangs out with us and has listened to the show for such a long time.
That's rad.
Yeah, Vepper says on Amazon the NES Classic's $84 to $100 right now.
The Goopin. The Google Pippin.
Okay, there we go. Ooh, that would be hilarious if they just stole just mocking Apple. So Google is saying that they're going to be aggressive in recruiting as far as getting people under the umbrella. So that could be major acquisitions as well. Yeah, so wouldn't that be wild if they
should buy Nintendo?
Wow, you went way bigger than me. Bravo, man. I was gonna say like Naughty Dog from Sony, but no, you're really talking it big.
Actually,
That would make the
Naughty
most
Dog
sense.
and Google would make good bedfellows.
Yes, they would. I actually think so would Nintendo and Google. From a gaming perspective,
Yeah.
I mean they do have a little bit, with the DNA putting together the Nintendo mobile stuff and whatnot. There is some relationship there. Ubisoft would be like, all right, yeah, sign us up for that.
Yeah.
Could be very interesting.
What does Google have? The Puck? Like Amazon has Alexa. What's Google saying?
Google Assistant. They have a Google Home,
Home.
which is a Puck. Which is a Puck. Yes, okay. But they do have something called the Puck, but that's related to their Wi-Fi product, that mesh Wi-Fi thing, and they sell those in Pucks.
Yeah. Also, their Mighty Ducks branding.
Yes, from number 2, obviously the Knuckle Puck. We loved trying to hit Knuckle Pucks. Did you guys do roller hockey when you were kids? It was big in Ohio, so we all did Knuckle Pucks because we had, in all truth, a ball was better, but we still had pucks that had little ball bearings in them, and we'd all try to hit Knuckle Pucks, and that's movie magic. That is a garbage way to hit a hockey puck.
Well, I imagine during a hockey game, people are going to let you sit there and set it up first, right?
It's true. They do.
You just stop in the middle of the...
Everybody stops what they're doing.
Yeah.
They all yell Knuckle Puck. It's great. Yeah, good old Keenan...
Thompson?
Thompson. I was going to say Wayne's. I'm like, that is not it. Keenan Thompson. So, yeah. Anything else in the news? Oh, yeah. Also, shout out to Damez. He sent us a really funny video. I'd seen, but it's a couple years old, but it's worth watching. GameSack, who we've talked about on our show before. They have a really good retro video game channel. And they did a parody of how to be a YouTube gamer a couple years ago. And they parody, like, Happy Console Gamer and themselves and Angry Video Game Nerd. It's really funny. But, slight tangent. Did you remember Monster Madness on TNT? And the Bill Bob guy or whatever that did the reviews? James Rolfe interviewed him recently, and it's an excellent interview. He's doing a new... he's on a new website called Shudder, and they're doing Monster Madness. They're kind of reviving it. And hearing James Rolfe interview him was really, really good. I would check that out. It's on his YouTube channel.
Word.
So, yeah, that's going to be it for news, man. So, since you have not been playing games, you've been watching any YouTube?
I've been watching a whole lot of YouTube.
Oh, good. So, who'd you like to recommend for this week's YouTube channel of the week?
YouTube channel of the week. Week. Let's go with Nitro Rad.
Yeah.
Because his channel is awesome. The name of a channel is awesome. And he does a bunch of
I'm jealous, by
Silent
the way.
Hill. What's up?
He has an awesome channel name. I'm jealous.
Yeah. He does a bunch of Silent Hill reviews. And they're all excellent. And he did the top 15 raddest games of 2017.
Yeah, that's cool that he can just use rad. Like, he can just brand that now. BMX movies. No. Rad... No, Airborne was the roller skating, or the roller hockey. Rollerblading. Rad was a BMX movie from the 80s.
Yes.
Okay.
Also a good name for a movie. Oh, you're making a movie? What is it? Rad.
Well, they did that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how it got.
I'm gonna make a movie and call it Rad.
Yeah, it could be a reboot.
Yeah.
The kids are starting to ride bikes again. Maybe it will come around.
I
see what you're saying. Yeah. It's true. My neighborhood would be a good start. There's always kids riding bikes around here.
I'd have to reboot Outside Activity.
Was that an intentional? You kind of use reboot and reboot, like, properly, and then the new movie reboot way. Sorry. We're out of practice, everybody. We're out of practice. What were some of the raddest games, I guess, that jumped out to you? In any gems or anything that you hadn't checked out?
I'm gonna say numbers 3 and 7 were great.
Okay. Yes.
I watched this video so long ago, I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, these have been around for months. These have been sitting here.
Yeah, I may have watched that back in March.
But also, we'll also link a Silent Hill Downpour review that he did. 'Cause I've never heard of that, honestly.
I think that's the newest one that came out for PS3 and Xbox 360, I think.
Okay. I'd be curious what Kevin thinks, our buddy in Toronto. Because he's a big Silent Hill fan.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what's been messing with me is having yesterday off. It's really been screwing with me.
I was like almost waiting for my paycheck today because we get paid on Mondays.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is weird. Yeah. Like yesterday, I kept wanting to think on also Sunday is my trash day. Like Sunday night, I take it out, and so Monday it gets picked up at first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I had in my head like I need to take the trash out today. It was really messing with me.
Yeah.
Which is good because then it's not Tuesday tomorrow, which is always great.
Every week should start with Thursday
and end with Friday.
Yeah.
And that'd be
just
it.
2-day week. Because you get on Thursday and you're like, you know what? Tomorrow's Friday. I'm gonna get some stuff done.
Yep.
And then the next day it's Friday, so you're like, I'm working for the weekend, man. Let's do this. You're gonna get some other stuff done. Boom.
If we get done, let's hustle. If we get done early, we might get to leave early.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. There's a lot to be said about that.
I'd do like 2 16-hour days and take 5 days off straight.
There's a lot of people that do that, in like medical work and they've regulated trucking to the point where they're like, no, that's basically like 8 hours of you driving drunk every day, so don't stay up like that. There's a lot of factory work that does that 14-hour shifts. You've seen that, and they have like 2 on, 3 off, and 3 on, 2 off kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's bananas. But yeah, Nitro Rad. That's a great channel name. That's really, really good. Just go check out Nitro Rad, and we will have the Silent Hill Downpour review and 15 raddest games of 2017 out there for you to check out. So, Dustin, man, tell me why Symphony of the Night is the best Castlevania game, and that you agree with Zarek about this.
Okay, so here is my argument.
Okay.
I agree with him. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is the best Castlevania game because it has awesome Metroidvania gameplay that basically it is to Resident Evil for survival horror because it didn't invent it, but it did bring it into popular consciousness.
Okay. Like PUBG. I just want to get Zarek fired up.
The soundtrack is near perfect. You do still have I Am the Wind that plays over the soundtrack, and that is hot, wet garbage. But everything else is nearly flawless. The graphics are excellent. They still hold up like 35 years later.
They really do. The animation of Alucard moving today is still jaw-dropping. It looks like something that you would need, like Owlboy or Axiom Verge. Like now we have modern hardware that can run, but they were doing it on a PS1.
Yeah. Let's see. If it's too easy, there's a hard mode. You can do a hard mode for Alucard where you go into luck mode and it drops all your other stats but luck, so you can die super easy.
Okay.
And there's a Richter mode, which is also super hard, and it's like old school Castlevania, but in Symphony of the Night.
That's pretty rad. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can also get the Sega Saturn version, which has Maria. It's not as good because it's not as optimized, but it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the frame rate can get a little wonky there, and I've seen some comparisons. It's like, it's better than nothing, but
And if you get on PSP, then you get it remade, and you get Dracula X twice, Rondo of Blood twice.
Yeah. Okay. That's you can't really refute any of that stuff.
Boom.
I just need to play it. That's the only reason I guess it's not my favorite.
There you have it.
I've only played the first. I've only made it through like I don't know how many play or starts of it, but it's always like 30 minutes, and I'm like, ooh, I'll get back to this, and then I get distracted. The 360 port is excellent, and the like you just mentioned, the unlockable Chronicles X or whatever on PSP. That's also an excellent port. Runs perfectly.
And it has redone script and voice acting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it has some like secret fight stuff.
Okay.
That wasn't in the original.
Wow, so like a good re-release. Not a lazy one. We're so used to those nowadays that... I'm not saying that, I mean, there are plenty of really good re-releases, but, you know, there's a lot that feel real lazy. Mega Man. Yeah, Mega Man PC, Chrono Trigger on PC, those are the first that came to mind. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah.
I went through a big Chrono Trigger phase, like, since over the last month or so. I haven't played it, but I rewatched the entire endurance run from Giant Bomb with Ryan Davis and Patrick Klepek.
Sweet.
That is, like, no question, no doubt about it, the best Let's Play that's ever been made.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like, to the point where I'm like, if I get a dog, I think I'm naming him Brono. Cause they had that stupid joke where they just changed every character's name to B. Ryan Davis had never played it before, so he was making like a joke, oh, I'm going to call him Brono instead of Chrono. Like, haha. And then you get to Marley, and it's Barley, and you get to Isla, and it's Bila, and then they get to Bobo, and it's Bobo, and then Brog, and it just kept working, and it's this whole funny in-joke. But yeah, and then also Indigo Gaming, someone that we're friends with on Twitter, had an incredible, like 13-minute documentary that's just really good about Chrono Trigger. So, shout out to Indigo Gaming. Definitely check that out as well. He's also a good follow on Twitter. Yeah, man. I'm with you, man. Chrono Trigger is just a really goddamn good game.
It is.
And it's short.
Yeah.
It's well-paced. Because Patrick Klepek, during that playthrough, kept thinking that they need to grind. They need to do grinding and stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't have to because it's paced appropriately. Now, the key is do the side missions when you have an opportunity. It's later in the game. Do the side missions and you get some really cool stuff. There was only one that they couldn't complete because they couldn't figure something out, so they let it go. And it's still like maybe 25 hours, which is a really short 100% run.
Yeah.
And Patrick Klepek hadn't played it since he was a little kid, and Ryan Davis had never played it. And they didn't do a fixed one. They played off the original cart.
Cool.
So this is a really well polished game. Good game. So, well, man, what else you been playing?
I played a little bit of Bloodborne.
Hell yeah!
About a few weeks ago, but I just started a new game and was playing through, and it did all right. I only died one time. I got all the way to the first optional boss and beat it. But I couldn't get any blood vials to drop, and that's how you refill your life. So I died one time, and then when I died, after I died, I went back in to the like from the dream to the city where you start fighting, and they started dropping blood vials again, and I didn't die from that point forward.
Do you think you just caught like bad RNG or a glitch?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe a glitch, because I was getting nothing. I was getting no drops.
That's weird. It knew.
Yeah, it was like, you're doing too well.
Yeah,
I have to break your spirit at least a little bit.
What's that? Did you see any other stuff of the From Software Samurai game they're coming out with?
I did. I watched Epic Name Bro talk about it a little bit.
It looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Rumor was that it's going to be harder, which put me off a little bit. But it looked all fast, and
Yeah.
it seemed like a bigger diversion from their formula than Bloodborne was from the Soul series.
Yeah.
Epic Name Bro, he's another good follow on Twitter.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a good dude. Also, I finally broke the plastic on Ys Origin, and I was playing that on PS4.
That's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great game.
I've gotten distracted. I have the Xbox One version. We got a review copy of that, and it's great. It's fun.
Super quick.
Yeah. I haven't hit a point where I felt lost. It was obvious where to go, but I felt like I still had freedom and whatnot. I really want to play Ys 8. That newer one that just came out on Switch. I heard that's really fun. I've heard people say that I think it was Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Mm-hmm.
God, what YouTuber was it? Was complaining about some things with that game, and Ys 8 seemed to address a lot of that stuff. I don't know. Oh, I get some people didn't realize that it's not the 4th anymore. Got some crackers going off behind me. You played some Rainbow Six Vegas on stream before you had Simon.
I did, yeah, way back when. Oh, also, I streamed FX Unit Yuki.
Oh yeah, we totally didn't talk about that. Let's talk about that.
That was an awesome stream. Holy cow!
That was very cool.
That game is great. The music is fantastic, and I got to stream it with the creator in the chat.
He started following us on Twitter. He subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
sweet. That's awesome. And he said I was good at the game. So I was like, that's basically the highest compliment I could get.
Right? That's like Kobe Bryant being like, he can play. Like, oh god, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have that's on PC now, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's available on PC, but man, if you're not playing on Turbo Duo, then you're a punk.
Zarek says, I thought it was a type when you guys said ease 90% when I asked if the podcast was happening. Oh, I mistyped. I said yes, 90% yes. No, it wasn't ease. Sorry, Zarek. He says, now I see Dustin is just talking about the fact before all the ease talk. Yes.
What it is you're precognitive.
There we go. The clairvoyant cast. That's what we should rename ourselves to.
Yeah.
Before we got started, we were having some technical issues. We were about a half hour late from starting. And Zarek said, is it still happening? And I wrote 90% because I was pretty confident the Windows Update was going to fix it. I meant to type 90% yes. And apparently I, in haste, forgot that E and typed 90% ease. Why don't you talk a little bit more about the beginning of that game? I didn't understand what that game was until I watched your stream. It was like an homage to a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, it's basically every good Turbo Graphics or Turbo Duo game, plus some other ones. Because it starts out where you're basically playing through Adventure Island. It goes on to be like Rondo of Blood, Castlevania.
There was like a Gradius shoot 'em up part too, wasn't there? Like
it turned into a shoot 'em up at one point. Bonk's Adventure, Bonk's Adventure level. Yeah, it's just a love letter to like 16-bit platformers.
And well done, someone that really cares.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way that Samura, is that his name? Samura, the developer?
I think so.
I guess the attention that they got right about all those different games, that's how I felt about the movie makers of Tomb Raider. Like, wow, you got that detail. Okay, cool. Yeah. I heard Alicia Vikander, though, is not going to be part of a sequel if they make one, which is a bummer. I couldn't imagine. Maybe they'll just get the regular actress that does it in the video games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She looks like they modeled what Laura looks like in the video game after her. So she looks the part and sounds right. But yeah. And how do you say that name again? What is it, Yuri?
FX Unit Yuki.
Yuki. Okay.
FX Unit Yuki. Yeah.
Okay.
And the soundtrack is amazing.
Yes.
It is excellent. Garbled Waves is the guy who did it.
Okay. Awesome.
It is so good. So good.
Video game music. I got I can't grab it right now, but I got a Cubby album on vinyl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
It was only $24.
Man.
It says I think there was only 150 of them. It was a little boutique sale.
Dude, sweet.
Yeah, and it sounds amazing. I've gotten a lot of modern vinyls that sound crappy. The mastering and clarity is really good. It's nice and clean. There was very few pops, and had a really nice texture. You know, they call it tortoiseshell in a guitar pick or like a guitar cover guard where it looks like brown swirly a little bit. It's like that, but green as the vinyl. And normally colored vinyls sound,
Yeah.
No, not this one. Circuit Board Records, baby. Shout out to them.
All right.
Out of California. So, okay. What else you been up to?
Apparently, in April, I played Legend of Heroes Dragon Slayer. That was fun.
Clearly.
16-bit RPG on the Turbo Duo.
Hey, you've gotten your money's worth out of those repairs.
Right.
Anything on the to-do list?
I want to finish Ys Origin. I'd like to finish. I've been watching a World of Long Plays playthrough of Ys Books 1 and 2 on Turbo Duo.
Okay.
And I got super far into Book 2 the first time I bought that game, and but I never beat it. So I would like to go through and actually beat it.
Very cool. Yeah, I need to get through any one of the Ys games. Between you, Happy Console Gamer, and Hugh at the Retro League. I'm like, man, I'm really missing out.
Oh, and being like the video game guy really worked out for me. I had a brother-in-law who has a bunch of video game stuff, and he was like, hey, I got this PS2 and PS3 and a bunch of games for each of them. I was going to put it in the yard sale because we're doing this family yard sale, but you can have them if you want them. So I was like, yeah, okay. And I took every single bit of them.
Is that an extra PS2?
No, I needed one.
Okay.
I can't remember. I think I lost my PS2 in the break-in like a decade ago.
Okay.
And I just never replaced it. So I desperately needed one.
I can't get my emulator to play this well. The best Tiger Woods of all time, Tiger Woods 04. But I was going to say, so if it's extra, I'll pay you shipping.
Oh, man.
I'll keep it out. I mean, those are the kind of things that are in garage sales and whatnot. So
yeah. But I have an old, well, not old. I have a Sony Blu-ray player.
Okay.
It's just kind of like compact one that is smart. It hits the internet so you can watch Netflix and stuff.
Does it look like a PS3? I bought one for my parents. It looks like a
almost.
It looks like a PS3. It's not.
If it was boxy.
Okay. Yeah, theirs looks just like one. It looks like a PS3 mini.
Huh.
It's weird.
But it's not great.
Oh,
so I took that PS3 and I use it as a media player now.
Hell
and it's so much better, dude. So much better. I still have my old PS3 Blu-ray remote that I used back in.
Nice.
So,
dude, that's an excellent Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
Because all of the great thing about the Sony one is that all the stupid features that they would put on a lot of Blu-rays, they all work on a PS3, where they don't always in a lot of, like, I had an LG Blu-ray player that a lot of features just wouldn't work that were part of the Blu-ray because there's no standardization in the way they do menus and stuff. But there was like that live Blu-ray thing they tried to do where you would get current trailers. Like even that was like all busted and I don't know.
And there's something super satisfying about taking a piece of technology and like making it yours. Because I took the PS3 and I reset it to factory default, and then updated it, and then signed in to my personal account, and then went through and downloaded Netflix and Hulu and
Hell yeah. It's also a 3D Blu-ray player, just like the PS4 is.
ooh,
If you ever run into one of those TVs that has that crap in it. So yeah. Anything else you've been wanting to get to or been playing?
I think Solomon is getting tired of Minecraft.
I would hope so, because I've been playing some PS4 recently. Ooh, I forgot to put this. I've been getting back into Uncharted. Every time I sign on, Vogue Nasty PS3 Minecraft is playing. I'm like, Sully's out there driving his dad crazy.
But all he does is he goes in, he starts it up, he starts a new world, gets in, builds something for like 5 seconds, and then walks away from it.
Okay.
And then it's just sitting there like Minecraft for like hours and hours with him not touching anything.
That I mean, I can verify it's definitely on for hours at a time.
I've gotten to where I'm like, dude, you got to turn this off. It's gonna start breaking the PS3.
He'll learn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it'll be on your dime, but he'll learn.
But yeah, he's been playing some Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I dug back into Uncharted 4. I've made progress in that. I've got some backlog stuff I really want to get to. So, Uncharted 4, I've played through about 4 or 5 more chapters of that. So, I'm about 75% of the way through the story. So, getting there. That's a fun game. It's fine. Not great, but pretty good. Enjoyable. It's impressive, though. The way that like Nathan Drake like walks through a crowd, and the way he like will put his hands around a stranger as he's like going by him is how a real human acts. So there's a lot of detail in there that's really quite impressive. But I ended up going and switching it to easy mode just to try to get through. I was getting some of the shooting I don't really care for in that game.
Yeah.
So I just set it to easy just to try to get through. Car and boat physics, great, though. I really enjoy the vehicles in that game.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm going to rant a little bit here. I have some feedback for Summer Games Done Quick.
Okay.
I've tried to watch a bunch of the videos because it's amazing to see these people that are incredible at games play, right? But across the board, man, they need to do something about the commentary. And I'm not talking about the people playing the game. They get a pass. But the people on the couch, dude, like, come on. And my problem is they all speak in hyperbolic ways. Everything is the most amazing, the most funny, everything is amazing or bad or gonna blow your mind. Like, reel it in. They all have the same exact format of telling jokes. They have the same types of punchlines. They try to appeal to the crowd in the exact same way, and it's tough. And I'll give the couch people a little bit of credit, but there's so many people at these things. You can't tell me that there's not some decent commentators out there that could help join in. What they tend to do is, instead of looking at the entertainment side of things, they opt for other experts. Just like you don't necessarily want to hear the most amazing physicists in the world talk about physics. You want a really good presenter to talk about the physics.
Yeah.
That sort of a thing. So just because you are unreal at a game does not mean that you're going to be enjoyable to listen to you talk about the game.
Yeah.
And one thing, and you might not have control there, so that might be a little unfair for me to complain about. Because, I mean, really, how many people want to talk about lots of the games that are on there? There's only a few people that really can. But the people that read the donations also need a complete revamp. Like, they read them all with the exact same cadence, the same inflections of their voice. It doesn't matter who it is. They all do it in the exact same way. And it it makes it sound like the exact same person is donating over and over again. So they always do it in these, like, you know, a lot of donators try to make a joke of their own, but because it's read in a particular way, it sounds like the same bad joke over and over again. And there was a moment where somebody donated $1,000 because their grandfather had just died, and they still read it in the happy, like, tone. Like, come on. You guys they made like $2.1 million this year, and you're telling me not one person could like read it before they actually read it out loud, or give everybody maybe a little bit of different inflection. I don't know. It was like, come on. Maybe maybe I shouldn't complain that much because it's for a good cause, but from an entertainment standpoint, it sucked. Now, the worst of it, though, so I'm watching Celeste, one of the best games I've ever played. They're watching a tool-assisted speedrun of Celeste. This guy acted like he was watching Michael Jordan play basketball. Like, oh my God! And it's like, it's a tool-assisted speedrun, and they're watching it on demand.
Yeah.
Like, why is your mind blown? Like, no one's doing it in front of you. It's a computer doing it. Like, does he sit there and watch Bitcoins be mined and just have his mind blown? Like, oh my God, 3 trillion calculations were just done. Like, what? It really bothered me. But now, the Mexican runner is obviously the exception to all of this.
Oh, yeah.
He had like 1,000 people behind him, 150,000 people watching, killing it in commentary while beating Cuphead in like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
that guy's a machine.
He's unbelievable.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's very funny. He's very good. He's just electric. But man, they really got to work on that big time. What are you gonna do though? I mean,
complain.
I'm to the point where I would be like, fine, I'll read the donations. Like, I'll put my money where my mouth is. The thing is, like, I've seen you and I play. Like, we're not that great, and our commentary is better than the vast majority than what I'm seeing from these people. So why not? So why not let you commentate over one of the Castlevania runs? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or like I couldn't set a world record of Contra, but I could certainly commentate and help somebody out really nice. And there's so many people at these Games Done Quick things that there's got to be decent communicators there. But it seems like an old boys network. Like, if you're not part of the in crew, you don't have a chance to sit on the couch. And it's like,
man, I hope they burn those couches when they're done.
Seriously, dude. Oh, seriously. I don't know. It's such a great cause, and it's about such a thing I love so much. That's the only reason I get fired up about it. What I truly want is like the announcer from Major League, the old dude that just doesn't give a shit because the Indians are terrible, but he's just like having a good old time with it. Or you should have to watch day 9 for at least an hour before you go on the couch.
Yeah.
Like, have you put in your day 9 today? Okay, you can go on the couch now. He's like, because he's the best. He's the best video game commentator, period. Okay, so I'm done with that. Sorry for the ranting. But it bummed me out because I get so excited, and then I can't watch the videos.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really bump. It really sucks when it's a game that you want to see, and you can't watch it because it's just cringe the whole time.
Yeah. And what are you gonna do? Now I bought Runner 3 on the Switch. It's too expensive, but it's excellent.
Okay,
that's my review of Runner 3. It was $30, not $30 worth of game, but $10, and I would be beaming about it. The music's great. The visuals do pretty good. There's some frame rate problems at times on Switch, but not that affects the gameplay. It's usually in the overworld stuff, but it's just kind of weird. I loved Runner, Bit Trip Runner. I had it on 3DS, and I also had Runner 2 on Wii U. So I'm a Gaijin Games guy. I love what they do. So I bought Runner 3, and it's fun. But I'm hoping maybe for like an expansion world or something.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed there. So I mentioned that I got back into Uncharted 4, but I also, the last couple of days have gotten back into Doom 2016.
Okay.
That game is, every time I play it, it's like, how have I not just been totally obsessed with this? This is so much fun. Doom 2016 is amazing. It's super, super good. The metal, the soundtrack just gets you so hyped when you're in a whole monster closet and you're flying around, you're killing demons, and then the soundtrack picks up and you know that the big boys are coming. It's like, oh yeah. It's just done so well. Everything about Doom 2016 is excellent. Hey, Ben, good to see you, man. We gave you a shout out at the beginning of the episode.
Ben, what's up?
Good to see you. Yeah, and then also, so I am obsessed with Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Okay.
There are different modes you can unlock. You play through the game, and it's like Castlevania 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the different characters and stuff. And once you beat that, then you unlock a mode. But the third mode to unlock them, you play as the main sword guy or whatever, and instead of taking someone onto your party, you kill them and absorb their power.
Ooh.
And because you can't switch between characters, you have really minimal health, but you now have like a double jump. You get like an Alucard kind of slide like you have from Symphony of the Night.
Okay.
That's the real mode.
All right.
You also like have continues.
Cool.
So you can get a game over to start the stage over. It's Castlevania 3. It's the best homage to Castlevania 3, that mode. But it's who is it? Is it Trevor in 3? Or is it Simon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Trevor.
It's a Trevor run. Man, cool. And I'm struggling with it. I think there's like maybe 6 or 7 stages, and I'm on the 5th, and it's brutal. It is so difficult, but it feels good, man. That's your game, I'm telling you. The fact you have it downloaded, I can't wait. I can't wait for you to dig in. You'll be smiling ear to ear like you were with that Yuki game you were just mentioning. Man, isn't it weird how Japanese words like just don't stick with you because you're so unfamiliar with the language?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I have vacation coming up, so I might dig into that over vacation.
I would, as a friend, knowing you, I would just be like, dude, trust me, put that towards the top.
All right.
And luckily, you have it on Switch. It's a great portable game because it saves states if you need it. You can just, set it down, hit home, and go tend to whatever you need to. Take it with you. It's, oh my God. The only thing is, the soundtrack is, what's crazy is the soundtrack is very good, but that's my complaint. It's not like unbelievable.
Right. It's not.
It's just very good. It's by Inti Creates. That did the Blaster Master and the that Mega Man style game that I really liked. I'm blanking on the name of it now. Inti Create
Azure Striker.
The Azure number 9 blue something.
Mighty Gunvolt.
Mighty. Man, we're really close.
Mighty number 9.
Even though they did work on that, but that wasn't necessarily their fault. Zarek says, you killed Miriam, Scott? How could you? You've earned... you ruined the timeline now. Blood State Ritual of the Night can't happen anymore. Well, it's just a different... I'm taking the Nintendo and Zelda approach. There's a whole timeline where Link dies. There's a whole timeline where he lives. Right?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Oh, there's a new Halloween coming out. Speaking of alternate timelines.
Oh, my brother was just texting me about that today because I was like, dude, it was great. He's like, yeah, it was. I can't wait for Halloween. And it comes out in October.
Yeah, October 19th. Hey, next big holiday. Halloween.
Don't you say that no matter what? It's like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. You're like, next big holiday. 11 months away.
Literally this time.
This time it's for real. Unless you're one of those crazies that counts Labor Day.
You don't count Labor Day.
No, it's just a nice Monday to eat unhealthy food on a grill. Yeah, Zarek, unfortunately, I had to kill Miriam, but it was to unlock a mode. It's totally worth it.
She shouldn't have been in front of that mode.
Yes. Yeah, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. It's $10 and it's incredible. Definitely get it. NT Creates is my favorite developer right now, hands down.
Cool.
Everything they've done on the Switch has just been an A+.
Man, I'd punch a baby for a physical copy of that game.
Honestly, there's a good chance that there's a good chance like 1,000 people will get it because Limited Run Games will put it out and no one will have a chance to get a copy.
Man.
I would easily rebuy it. I would pay $40 for that game to have a physical copy. Yeah. It's unbelievable. I can't believe I only paid $10 for it. I've played a lot of that game. It's just I've also rage quit that game quite a few times. Because it does. It has Castlevania bullshit in it. And you got to play in veteran mode, obviously. Because if you turn veteran mode off, there's no knockback.
Oh, come on.
So you got to play in veteran mode, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't look you in the eye and tell you I enjoyed the game. Doom, I'll play in easy mode now to get through it and just have fun, not worry about dying. Uncharted, I'll play it in easy mode. Like Bloodstained, no, I got to do it for real. Like it honestly, it's so good that I'm buying Ritual of the Night. So let's see. Ben says a couple of months ago I happened to discover the secret laundromat pinball speakeasy in Brooklyn. Wow. He says, oh, the Retro League gents mentioned it on the recent podcast. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to give them a heads up that they did that. Zerk says, I could give you if it unlocked inventory space. I would have killed Vader and joined the dark side for some inventory space. And that's the truth, man. That's how I felt playing Diablo a lot until they fixed a lot of the way that inventory did. He says it's amazing, the speakeasy laundromat. Dude, that's so cool. I'm gonna let Hugh and Rob know that you found that place. That's so rad. I've been really digging the Retro League. Chewy was just on the Retro League 2 episodes ago.
Hey, Chewy.
Yeah. I love Chewy. He's awesome. And Nick was back on. So it was, once a year they talk about movies from 20 years ago. Because both of them worked at movie theaters, so it's really fun. And I
cool.
You know, Nick's OG, so I love whenever he gets to come back. So,
dude, I wonder how Hemrock is doing.
Good, I believe. Every now and again, every once in a while, I'll tune in and listen to Tiger Claw Radio, Critical Failure, and he mentions Hemrock's sending him something every now and again.
Dude,
so
that's awesome.
Still out there. I mean, he left for a job. Like,
yeah.
It was like, yeah. Well, that's what he said. But Hemrock was so cool. I really like that guy. So hopefully, I assume he's doing well. If he has time to send Alex stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Hemrock, if you're secretly a listener, let us know.
Yes, secretly. I forget. He came up with that name as like a backwards spelling of something from like Baldur's Gate or...
Oh, it was... It's a mix-up of Warmech from Final Fantasy.
Okay, there you go. I knew it was something like retro RPG, like hardcore RPG.
Yeah.
That's all I remember from it. Yeah, deep cut. There you go. That's a better way to say it. A deep cut. So, if I ever go to Brooklyn, I will look up that'll be my thing. I'm in New York and people are like, you want to go to a laundromat? I'm like, we're going to go to the Statue of Liberty. I don't care. I want to go to a laundromat. Ben, and again, everybody go to Ben's website is benjaminmartin.nyc. He's the photographer that we mentioned at the beginning. But he just said that he picked up a 360 camera recently. So yeah, definitely shoot some photos our way. That's a good accidental pun there. So that's what I've been playing recently. And of course, Rocket League still makes me happy and frustrated. So do we have any comment? We do. We got some comments to get to from the last couple episodes. That's what I forgot to bring up. I do want to make a correction. When Mike was on the show, Jeremy from the Retro League as well, or the Cartoon Retrocast, I was gushing about how much I like Giovanni Ribisi as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
He let me know he's a Scientologist.
Oh no!
You want to talk about being deflated? Seriously though, that sucks. So he seems like such a smart guy. How could he be so dumb? But yeah, we got from Zarek's last episode. Do you have chat up? Do you want to read some of Dumbass's comments?
Do you want me to read from Bad Guy Playthrough?
Yeah, just those three, and then we'll call it a show because we got the other ones. Because we gave a shout out to KD Ratio Show. Those are cool dudes. We'll give them a second shout out. Go over to their channel, KD Ratio Show on YouTube. They're really nice guys.
I'm only getting 2 comments.
Okay, I'll read the one you don't.
Okay. Demes says, I play PUBG mainly because my 2 other brothers play PUBG. Therefore, my PC multiplayer game is PUBG. Also, I don't like Fortnite only because of the building. If Fortnite adds an optional mode with no building, I'd like it a lot more.
I agree with that.
Question for Zarek. When one mods the original Dark Souls, which I have, does the mod also make it 60 frames per second? I did not know there was such a mod. I got to mod mine.
There is a Dark Souls 60 frame mod, I believe, for PC, but it doesn't. It causes some nuanced issues. I watched a video about it where it can mess up some timings that you need to be, relatively frame perfect on things.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't account for maybe like enemy attacks or something like that in certain instances. So yeah, Zarek, I sent you something on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it, but if you let Darmez know if that mod does the 60 FPS, the one that you talked about. I'm pretty sure that it does though. But yeah, you know how you need a mod basically to run Dark Souls on PC before the remaster version. Yeah, he wanted to know if it also added 60 FPS. Also, when we talked about Valve saying that they're not going to be the moral police of their games on their system anymore, Dumbass comments, he says, Valve wants to be asset flippers, which I agree with him there. They do. He says they're there to get shit games out and then tradable cards in them, then convert them from cards into good games people want and then sell them for cash. He says Valve's charging $100 to get a game on is just sweet profit for Valve. He says if they wanted this crap off Steam, they absolutely have the resources to do it. Considering each game pays $100, a trained person can tell in 15 minutes max which games are not really games but kind of trash. He says a guy could comb through 30 games per shift. Valve collecting $3,000 and paying one skilled guy one day at work. He says that ought to place this crap versus, but I agree that they should not police offensive comment. He says, but games that are not games ought to be removed immediately. If Nintendo can do it, Valve can do it, but they don't want to. Another easy way Valve could is end up stopping the sale of their trading cards and not allow users to destroy crappy ones and then trade for better ones. They make great points there. They clearly don't want to actually have to police the content in the game, and then they're just going to be relying on a voting or reporting system to take off things that aren't games. So the asset flip games that Jim Sterling always complains about, Dumbass makes a great point here that they don't mind that because they get all sorts of cash for those things existing.
Yeah.
And if it technically runs, it runs. And I understand people's frustration with them not putting the resources behind it. But I understand Valve saying, screw it. Like, why would we cut off our own money stream?
Yeah.
For PR's sake. Or take some bad PR and get a lot more money, potentially. So, Domaz, great comments, man. Appreciate you listening, bud. And yeah, I think that's it for feedback from the last couple of episodes. Okay, do you remember talking about Zelda Part 2? Did I tell you that there's somebody involved in a really great remake wants to the people that did the Wonder Boy remake
Mhm.
The guy in charge of that says his dream is to do the same thing to Zelda 2. That made me think of you.
Yes.
Now, he just publicly said, that's a dream. He probably never going to happen, but it made me think of you, of course.
Make it happen, Nintendo.
Right? Outsource that one. They outsourced the original Donkey Kong, the arcade port they just put on Switch. Nintendo outsourced that to that company that's putting out like all those other arcade ports, like Punch Out and all of that. So maybe someday, because I heard that Wonder Boy port's incredible. So there you go. All right, man. We did it. We're back. We're done with the episode.
One more episode.
Did it feel good?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, I feel good not talking about bottles and diapers and
Taking and hey, we're inside an hour and a half. Who would have believed that our first episode back?
Yeah.
It's like we knew what we were doing. So yeah, all right, everyone, that's going to be the show this week. If you'd like to support the show, please take a note from our good buddy Ben Martin at benjaminmartin.nyc. Take a note from him and leave us a review on iTunes, or Evan B. Birds. Thanks again for the 5 out of 5 review. If you'd like to support the channel, we have a couple of ways to do that. You can leave us a review. That just makes our day, and it's awesome. So if you do want to do that, wherever you listen to us, leave a review or a thumbs up or whatever it is. You can sponsor our YouTube channel. We're not regular enough, so I totally understand if you don't want to do that. But YouTube has it built in, and we're eligible for it. So it's $4.99 a month if you'd like to do that. If we do start to see those come in, I promise you there will be a shitload more videos on the channel. And also we have Amazon affiliate links that you can follow. So if you shop at Amazon and you go there through our link, we will get some credit in theory. It looks like some purchases don't give us credit and some do, but I don't know.
Bastards.
If you go there through the link, there's a good chance it'll help us out. So yeah, that's going to be it for that stuff. I want to thank Ben Landis very much for letting us use his song Through the Forest as our intro music. And last week I screwed up. I said that I was going to play Spruik's song Monday Morning Meeting, and I played the first track on the album, so apologize for the correction there. But shout out to Spruik, our good buddy Bill Bowden from Buffalo. He's been a friend of ours for quite a long time now. But oh yeah, wow, I never put that together. He's in a new movie or show. I just saw someone say like, oh yeah, Buffalo Bill's back. But yeah, go check out Spruik. Just look for Spruik music. His album is A Chip and the Workday. And this time, you know what? I'm going to play the correct song that I meant to play last week. I like the album, so it's not like I played a crappy song last week or anything. This time I really will play Monday Morning Meeting, which is like the third or fourth track on the album. And if you'd like the audio versions of our show, I would personally recommend Podcast Addict on Android. But we're also on Apple Podcast. Oh, Google's got a new podcast app directly. It's just called Google Podcast. So we're on there. You can get us. Stitcher, which is garbage, is available, but you can get us on Stitcher. SoundCloud, we're also there as well. Any podcast app that I've ever downloaded just to search for us, I've been able to find us, so you should be good anywhere to go. And then social media, we're the most active on Twitter. I'm slacking on Instagram big time, but I will get a notification if you follow us over there. Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, those are definitely the places to find us. And our username is ClassicL337 at all of those places. And you can also write us an email, classicelite@gmail.com. If you're making a video game and you want to talk about it, we like interviewing developers. If you want to correct us about something we got wrong, do that there as well. So that's going to be it. Dustin, man, felt good. Again, it was awesome. Like, this made my day. I had a lot of fun. So, all right. Well, everybody, we will see you next week for episode 200 and... No, everybody. See, I'm out of sorts. Everybody, thank you very much for listening to episode 275 of the Classic Elite Podcast, and we will see you next week for episode 276.
Boosh.
Boom. All right. Awesome. Zarek, make sure to go check out and everybody, make sure to go check out the Metal Gear video, first and above all else, because it's the best. You put a middle of Power Secrets on Simon's birth certificate for his gender. That's funny. So cool. All right. But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna shut down the stream, and we'll see you soon. Have a good night.
Peace out, guys.